Welcome back, everyone. For those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Annie. I'm your event coordinator, and I'm pleased to introduce Kiesha Crowther to you today. Kiesha is also known as Little Grandmother. She was initiated as a shaman at age 30 by a Native American elder and was told that her task was to be shaman and wisdom keeper of the tribe of many colors. As a child, she spent long periods of time alone in the wilderness, where she lived with and learned from the four-legged, one-legged, winged ones and swimmers, as well as the star and stone people. Her young life was marked by many unusual experiences and abilities that she did not understand. As a child, she had been taught by the ancestors, grandmothers past, and Mother Earth, and was known for her ability to sense and communicate with wild animals and to see and work with energy. Since being initiated on her path as shaman and wisdom keeper, Kiesha has begun to share teachings and to conduct ceremonies and healings for individuals and for Mother Earth. She feels her responsibility to be carrying and communicating Earth wisdom and the ancient knowledge for our current age. Towards this end, she has released videos of her talks, which are freely available on YouTube and which have been viewed by hundreds of thousands of people so far all over the globe. Her work as a wisdom keeper also includes the planting of sacred crystals in very specific locations around the world for the renewal and strengthening of Mother Earth's precious ley lines. Her powerful message emphasizes how to shift individual and planetary consciousness, how to live in the heart, in right relationship with Mother Earth, and to remember who we are, the great I Am.
Wow, we have lots of people here. Thank you for coming and sharing this time with me. We're going to talk a little bit about Mother Earth and what she's going through today and what she will be continuing to go through. And we are the ones here to witness this and to be a part of it and to be the very best we can be to help her get through it and help ourselves get through it. Many people think that Mother Earth is going through this great shift and that we'll just watch it happen. But there is something very significant that we must understand and we must know within ourselves. So the Mother Earth will go on. She will always continue. It is a universal promise that we will not be allowed to kill our Mother Earth. And right now she is very, very sick. The sickest she's ever been. And it's because of us, humanity, and the things that we have done to her. There's another universal promise. The Mother Earth will go on, but it's not written in stone that humanity will. This is our choice. And never has it been so important for us to understand this, because we are the adults living on this planet at this time, witnessing the great shift. It has already begun. The poles are shifting, and they will continue to shift until they're in their new location. She is going to be rebirthed. The process has already started. Because it has already started, we are faced with something very, very serious. Our Mother Earth is very sick, and she is dying. She is dying. And it is because of the things we have done. So we have a great decision to make. We must stop living from ego and mind and start to live from love consciousness, or we will not be allowed to go with her. This is plain and simple. I don't wish to spread fear by any means. That's not why I'm here. But I'm here to help open your minds and your hearts to the situation in which we live in. And we are the ones that have to change our reality. There is no one else coming to save us. There is no one else. Not the generation after us, not someone else that will come to this planet and solve our problems. We are the ones we have been waiting for. For generations and generations, the indigenous people have been speaking about a time on our planet when the shifts would begin, and humanity would have to face these challenges and to overcome them. And the only way to overcome them is to live by love. You would think there was a lot of things that we would have to go and do to change our world, to change our planet, to change our consciousness. But there is only one thing that the elders are asking us to do, and that is to be love. Just be. Be love. It is not that difficult. And yet we make, in our minds, we create such things, we think it's so much more difficult. We're always making something more difficult than what it really is. But all we have to do is be love. But how do we be love? First, you must love yourself. Truly love yourself. How many of us can honestly say that we love ourselves? There's never very many hands that go up when I ask this question. I know it's one of my deepest wounds. Do I really love me? Do I know who I am? Do I know who I am? Not my titles. Someone can come up here and say all of these nice things about me, the title of this or that. But truly, I'm just Kiesha. I'm just me. I'm me, just like you are you. There's not one person born to this planet greater than the other. We are all completely equals. We all do things we wish we wouldn't have or wish we could have done better. We're all in the same boat. We're human beings. And we're sent here to be human beings, to experience everything. I am just like you. But one of my gifts is sharing a message. Every single one of us have great gifts. My message is to wake you up. I'm not here to say I'm special. I'm not here to tell you I have all of the answers. But I am here to tell you, you are more powerful than you once believed. For so long on our planet, we have given our power away to other people, to governments, to religions, to society. We've given ourselves away all of the time, and we have very little understanding of how blessed and how powerful we really are as a human being. We've been gifted so much. How many of you really believe that you are gods and goddesses? That you truly are gods? God is what created you. God's existence, that energy, that light is what created your great I am, your soul, your spirit. So are you too not gods? You are great, powerful beings, and you are co-creators of your existence. For far too long we've been walking around believing that we are nothing. And now is the time to remember that you are everything. You are capable of everything if you just harness that power within you through love. Love is the most profound energy on our planet. Love is what has created everything. God is love. It is not a man up in the universe that decided to send you here, erase your memory, and say, good luck, it's going to be really hard. That is not God. God is not a human being. God is not a man or a woman. God is love. And love created you, your own great I am. And it is your great I am that sent you here. You made the choice. You, your individual great I am, sent you here. Small spark of you to come and gain a body, have this human experience, to interact with others, to watch and play with an animal, to experience the trees and the water. You are here to experience life. But you are gods, and you are co-creators of your world. Why are we living in a world full of hate and anger? Is that really what we want? I think the reason why we are living in this kind of world is because we have forgotten we can change it. Today is the day to remember how beautiful you are, how powerful you are. Mother Earth just shakes her head. She cannot believe how much we have forgotten about ourselves. We can create anything you wish, anything. You can ask for anything you wish to have. You are co-creators of your world. It takes two things. It takes envisioning that thing that you wish to have, and it takes emotion, your feelings. Your feeling and emotion is the connection to your great I am. That is where it's anchored within you. That is when you have gut feelings, you know if something's right or wrong. Your feelings are your connection to your great I am, to your soul, your spirit. And your soul and spirit, your great I am, will never ever lead you astray. Will never ever lie to you either. It is your connection to great and vast love. So when you envision something for this mind that Mother Earth has given you, this body that Mother Earth has given you, we have two parents, mother and father, and it creates a whole. Your body and your soul create a whole being. If you can imagine something in all the detail you can imagine it with, really see that something that you wish to have, and then when you feel it, when you have emotion behind it, and you long for it, and you feel everything you can possibly feel, be moved to tears with great joy of having this thing that you want. Do not feel as though it is coming. Feel as though you have it, and it will come. You are co-creators of your world. Why are we not dreaming a much bigger dream? Why are we not envisioning something much better than the world that we live in? We create the world we live in. You are the masters of your own life. It is time to remember this. Far too long have we been walking around with sunglasses on our eyes, not really seeing anything. There's two ways to get those glasses off. You can simply make the choice to take them off and see life for what it is. Or you can wait to be hit hard enough to have them knocked off. That is what we are facing today. Because many of us won't simply just take them off. To see life for what it really is. To see the beauty around us and experience life as beauty. We are all waiting for that thing that brings us to our knees, that has to teach us how to walk again. We make the decision of how hard this transformation is going to be. We are the ones delegating it. Mother Earth is going to go through a shift. She will be reborn. The new energies are already coming to our planet. Science can document that 3 years ago, compared to today, our energy in Mother Earth and in our own human bodies has more than tripled. This is real. New energies are coming to our planet in great bolts of energy. Mother Earth is vibrating 3 times higher than ever before. She is preparing herself to be reborn. And we are living here upon her. How hard is it going to be to get through this great shift? Many of us don't know. Many of us are worried about it. Many of us are scared and give our thoughts to all the circumstances that could happen. But you are the co-creators of your world. If you are envisioning something tragic and awful, and if you are afraid, that is your emotion. Your emotion is what creates your reality. Stop creating this reality. It is up to us how tomorrow looks. Your actions, your emotion is what creates tomorrow. How many of us are fearful of 2012? Be honest. How many of you have had fear about this? I think every parent in the room, if they've been honest with themselves, has felt fear. But many people indulge in this. They read everything out there about this, what's going to happen, what could happen. There are well over 2,000 books written about 2012 and the destruction that will happen and the things that will collapse. And there's a lot of fear portrayed out into the world through magazines and the news and the books and the movies. If you see some of the movies that have been made from this, it's just horrendous. We are living in a society based on fear and power. Governments want us to be afraid because then they have the power over us. But you are the co-creator of your world. What world do you wish to create? Your emotion is what creates your reality. Not one of these 2,000 books have been written by the Mayan people. Not one. And the Mayan people are the only people who have lived through a pole shift before. They are saying there should be no fear. No fear. Why should we be afraid of heaven coming to earth? Why should we be afraid of joy and peace and harmony? Why should we be afraid of everyone having enough? Every man, woman, and child having enough. No one goes without. Don Alejandro speaks about the very walls you see crumbling down around you are the walls you will realize were the walls that were keeping you in prison. This is nothing to fear. Fear is only the not understanding something. Once you understand something, fear can go out the window, and you can live in peace and love. I once had an experience out in the wilderness. How many of you saw that picture of me up here before I began? That's a little spot that I used to run to as a child and spend lots and lots of time out there with the animals, with nature. And this is where I grew to have a real relationship with my Mother Earth, to realize that she was really alive and speaking and caring for us. She was real. This is where I began to love my mother. How many of us can really say that we love our mother? That we have a real relationship with her? It's so sad to me. No matter where I go on this planet, I ask people how many were taught to pray to Heavenly Father. And all these hands raise. But when I ask how many were taught to pray to your beloved mother, maybe one, maybe two. It is so sad. We do have two parents. Your soul exists because of God, because of that universal love that has created you. But you also exist here on this plane because of your mother. And she's giving you every meal, every drink of water, every breath of air. And although she is dying, she's still giving it to you. She's still sustaining your life. How many of us even stop to realize this? That you're inhaling right now because it is a gift from your beloved mother. Every day that we do something terrible to her, the sun still comes up and she still is giving you life. Are we grateful? Do we say thank you? And what are we doing in return to say I love you? What are we actively doing to show our mother that we love her? What are we actively doing to have a relationship with her? Everything that is on this planet is alive. Every living thing is alive and has the soul and the energy from Mother Earth to sustain that life, just as we do. This body lives because of the energy Mother Earth is giving you. So does everything else that is alive out that window. Do we love the grass and the trees? Do we talk to them? They have a soul just like you and I. How many were at my last speaking engagement? I did a small exercise that I think is very, very important, so we're going to do it again, and I apologize to those of you who have already done this with me. But it is something that really brought this into reality for me as Mother Earth walked me through this. I ask you all to close your eyes for a moment. Just be still within inside of yourself. And feel the great you that you are. Feel you, your soul, your spirit within you. Feel that you are there and you are present. How wonderful it is to be you. And now let us pretend that none of you have legs. They've been removed. Are you still there? Do you still exist? Of course you do. Now let us remove your arms as well. You have no legs and no arms, but you are still there, are you not? Now let us erase the facial features that you have. You are a blank slate. Are you still there? Of course. Your soul is still present, and you are very much still alive and there. Your high self chose to come to be a human being on this planet. And right now within this body you have no arms and no legs and no facial features to taste, touch, grab a hold of, speak. What if you sent yourself to this planet to be within a tree? Or inside of a rock? Or inside of a flower? Are you still there? Of course you are. Of course you are. Come back inside of this beautiful body and be grateful that you see and you can hold and you can grab and touch and taste and listen and speak. This is one of the greatest gifts. It is the greatest gift humanity has ever been given, the gift of speech. We can interact with each other. As a human being, we are so blessed to have all of these gifts. But just because a tree or a flower cannot talk to you does not mean it is not there. Everything alive on this planet has a soul, and it has a spirit. It is very, very much alive. Just as Mother Earth is alive. We are not here, having been given all of these gifts, to be the owners of the trees and the water and the grass. But because of these gifts, we are stewards over them. We are here to protect them and to love them, and to get energy from them and to give energy back to them. Never should we cut a tree down without being grateful for its life, for it to sustain ours, whether it be for shelter or for heat. We should never eat fruit or vegetables or take the life of an animal without great thanks for its soul and its life to sustain ours. Everything is alive. It is still there, whether it can speak to you or not. Mother Earth is alive. And I have asked myself a million times, how could we, her own children, do such awful things to her? How is it that we have found ourselves in this state, where 90% of all large fish in our oceans are gone? 90% are gone. 75% of the Mediterranean Sea is dead. The Gulf of Mexico is dying. There's enough oil and toxins there now to make it a zero-life area. How could we do this to our Mother Earth? Honestly, the only answer I can come up with is that we didn't know she existed in the first place. If you think of your Earth Mother, the woman that gave you birth, would you throw garbage at her? Would you take from her until she had nothing? Until she was suffocating and gasping for air? Would you do this to your mother? I don't think so. Honestly, I think the only way this has happened is because we did not realize our Earth Mother was alive. And she is. And now she's going through some of the greatest shifts she will ever go through. She does have to be reborn. The poles are shifting. This is not just a story. Every airport on the face of this globe has had to switch what due north is. It's no longer due north. For the first time in our written human history, we have found that Migrating birds are getting lost on their routes. They don't know where they're going anymore. We are experiencing great calamities. I had a woman ask me once, how could Mother Earth do this to us? And I felt literally sick to my stomach. We have done so much in disrespecting our mother. And then we ask, how could she do this to us? She is simply trying to stay alive. That is all. Not only that, but she's continually giving you life. Something has to shift. Something must change. And so when we see things like nuclear power plants going down, and we are so sad that this is happening, do you think Mother Earth could be her heavenly self with nuclear power plants dotting her skin? They have to go. If we were just intelligent enough to shut them down ourselves. But will we do this? Will we ever stop what we are doing? The only thing that will stop us from continuing on this path is to shift the consciousness on our planet. Therefore, love really is the answer. Being love is the answer. We cannot, as individuals, go and shut down a nuclear power plant. We cannot stop a whole group of people from whaling. We can't stop people from hunting and wiping out entire herds of animals. But we can be love. And that is the only thing we are asked to do. Being love is changing the energy on our planet. All things are energy. Sitting here today in the conscious space that you are in is changing our planet. All things are energy. And the most unique thing is love energy is the most powerful energy on our planet. The more loving you are, the more you are literally shifting the consciousness in your world. You do not have to be a public speaker. No problem.
I don't know what happened to that.
Okay. We can just sit together and be. Makes it lots easier for me. But literally, if you think about it, whether you're a stay-at-home mom and you're just taking care of your children, which is, trust me, the hardest job on the planet. Every mom in here knows that. Or you could be a truck driver, you could work at a bank, you could be a spiritual speaker. Doesn't matter what it is you are. That really doesn't matter. Titles do not matter. Throw wisdom keeper out, throw shaman out, throw all of those titles out the window. Just be who you are. I'm happy being Kiesha. I am happy being one of your sisters. I am happy just being that. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. But every single one of us can be love. It doesn't matter whether you're doing the dishes, washing your car. Send love. Be love. The vibration that you are is an energy. And because love energy is so much more powerful, you literally change the consciousness on your planet by feeling love, by being love. We cannot go up against huge corporations and get them to shut down doing awful things. There's a money and a power behind it that none of us could really grasp at this time. But love energy is so much powerful than hate energy. If we act in love, the consciousness changes. And when you are being more love, you become more intelligent. This is the answer to the solution. Right now, do you know that there is no science in our planet, nowhere, that has an answer of how to clean our oceans? Do you know that there's no science on our planet that knows how to solve the crisis of the ozone layer leaving? There's no science, there's no understanding of how to fix these problems. They are just there. But the more loving you become, the more intelligent you become. Love, again, really is the answer. Being love brings that love vibration up. And right now, the vibration on our planet has been ego and mind for a very long time. But there's something very unique happening on our planet right now. Love consciousness is bolting up faster than it ever has before. And we are almost equal. The moment we get love just a hair over power, ego, and hate, it will flip. And we can live in a conscious love state of being. How do we do that? Is very simple. Be love. How many of us could not just be love? It's the simplest thing. Every single person, every human being can do this. So how do you be love? How can you be the very best you can be? First, you must remember who you are. That you are gods and goddesses. That you are the great I Ams. Not only are you a great I Am, but it was you. You who chose for you to come here today. Not in the past, but today. Every single person on this planet today is the strongest of strong souls out of their family genealogy from the beginning of time of human beings being on this planet. You were chose out of your entire family history to be here today. You were chose, not somebody else. You are the strongest soul of your genealogy, of your history, of your family line. You are the strongest. And it was you who got chose to be here today. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the ones that have to change the world. We are the ones that have to change the consciousness, because no one else is coming to save us. There is so much happening on our planet today, and it does make many of us scared. Where is the next disaster going to be? What else is going to fall apart? Money, religion, and big business do have to fall down. In order for us to all be brothers and sisters and love each other equally, the powerhouses that separate us must fall to the ground. This seems a little scary, but really think about it. If those were not in place, we could all be equal. We could help each other. And the consciousness would shift from, I'm going to go take care of myself and get what I can get, and the most I can get, into, let's help each other have enough. That is what we must go back to. The indigenous people have had the answers all along. And many of us in our different cultures have shot ahead, and we've got all this technology, and we think we're so smart. We think we're so intelligent with all of our technological gadgets. But we have been de-evolving for a very long time. Human beings did exist on this planet at one time, living from the heart. And they could fly, and they could communicate with each other, and they didn't pollute our planet doing so. We have been de-evolving for a very long time. But now it's time for us to evolve again, to step into love again. And it's being offered to us in a very real way. These new energies are coming to our planet. It's right here for us. All you have to do is accept them. Many of us are already feeling the, how would you call it, the side effects of this energy, with headaches, nausea, feeling vertigo or dizziness throughout the day. Energies are arriving, and our bodies are trying to take it in, to utilize it, and to fix it inside of ourselves so that we can then accept a little bit more and a little bit more. But when the time comes and Mother Earth's poles have shifted and she's ready to be reborn, a lot of energy will be on its way. And we have to be ready for this process. And so we've been given little at a time. And we are getting ready for it. When this happens, it is said that there will be a time of darkness, a few hours of darkness. And it is vitally important that we understand whatever your emotions are at this time is what all of that energy, loads of energy are going to come at this time. Whatever you are feeling will be magnified 1,000-fold. If you are in a state of fear, anxiety, that is what will get magnified. when a few hours of darkness does arrive, be love in any way you possibly can. Stay in the heart, sing songs, be with your family, light candles, do whatever you have to do to stay in love. This is what will get boosted up. This is so very, very important. And do not be afraid of the shifts that are coming, the changes of money and religion. Religion has been the worst thing for humanity, the very worst thing on our planet, because religion has separated all of us from each other. It has taught some of us that we are right and others are wrong, that some deserve to go to heaven and some deserve to go to hell. There has been more people killed in the name of God than any other thing on our planet. How sad is that? God is pure love. And we human beings have been killing each other by the millions in the name of God. How wonderful to think that this will go away. It really is a time to celebrate, not a time to fear. I know that many, many of you have questions. Anywhere I go, there's loads of questions on this subject. So I do want to turn the time over to you. Ask your questions, and I will do my very best to answer. I don't have all the answers, but I'll try my best. If you do have a question, stand up, and we'll bring you the microphone.
If we can, I'll put it in the center, and they can go.
You are the first crowd that I have not seen people rush to the microphone. Really? Yeah. Anything that you want me to speak more about? Shall we sit here and just be love? Say it again. After the poles shift, she just asked, when is the darkness going to come? What people don't understand, everybody thinks that when the earth shifts, everything's going to go every which way, and we're going to have all these calamities, and things are going to look really, really destructive. But in fact, the center of our earth, just work with me here, pretend it's a ball bearing, a very solid, hard mass. And over that mass is liquid lava, much like grease on a ball bearing. And then we have a crust over the top of that, which is the crust of our earth. So when the earth does shift, when the poles really do go floop into their new places, this continent's not going to go here, and this one's not going to go here, and this one's going to go down, and this one's going to go up. The crust is going to go like this. It's going to slide over that lava, over that ball bearing with grease. So it's not going to be as horrific as the books and the magazines and everything explain it to be. After our poles do shift, and the gravity will shift, and we will slide, then there will be a few hours of darkness. At this time, that is when it's going to happen, and at this time, that's when you have to stay in love the best you can do, because that is when all of the energies are going to come to our planet, and that is what literally brings our vibration up to a higher level. If we are not prepared as human beings to be in the heart, we cannot, it is a scientifically proven fact, you cannot live in a vibration that is up here if you are down here. It doesn't work. We have to bring our conscious level up through love in order to vibrate at a higher level. That is literally what is happening. All these earth changes, all of these prophecies, you can take them, you can leave them, you can dig into it as deep as you want. But the fact is, the frequency, the planetary frequency and energy on our planet is going to go sky high very, very soon. Living from ego and hate in the mind and fear will not allow you to raise your energy levels. If you are living from love, you can go up in the frequency. Because the frequency is going to be very high on our planet, we must be ready to make the shift as well. The only thing that will lead us, humanity, into that state with Mother Earth is living from love. Love is really the only answer.
I'm a little embarrassed because I've been waiting outside thinking your talk was going to start in a while. And I've come in just at the end of it. And I'd love you to repeat the whole thing, but I don't think that's fair. So, would you sum up in one sentence what is your message? Please?
Let's see how good I am. Remember who you are. That you are not separate from God, that you are God. You are the co-creator of your world. God is love, and God made you. Therefore, you are love. You can create whatever you wish on this planet. In remembering who you are, remembering that you are love, you can therefore be love. And being love is the only thing that will change this planet.
Okay. I love your message. I think you're beautiful. But if God is love and we are love, where do these negative emotions come from? Why do I suffer with jealousy? Why do people kill other people? Where is the love in that? And can we really forgive everything? And is God really unable to perceive the difference between good and evil?
God always knows the difference between good and evil. But there's a key factor here. We are human beings. Therefore, we have free will and choice. And many of us make bad choices. But if you remember, it is your decision to be good or to be bad. You be the best person you can be. We each, every single one of us, are gods and goddesses. That's what we were created from, just like an innocent baby is born perfect. But that baby does grow up to make mistakes, so-called mistakes. But we all have free will and choice. If you've done something bad in your life, that has been your choice, what can you learn from it? To be a better person. This earth life is a school. We are here to grow and to experience and to be in a duality with other people. This is about an experience. And because every one of us have free will and choice, a lot of us have done negative things, a lot of us have done positive things. But if you look at it as a whole, step out of good and bad for a moment and look at it. When you have done something that you consider bad, did you not learn something from that to be a better person? If you haven't, that experience will come back to you again and again and again until you do learn something. Because it is your own great I am that gave you the experience in the first place to make you a better person so that you can learn something. There has to be duality in order to see something to be beautiful. There must be ugly to see good and bad. And the whole thing makes something beautiful. But it depends on how you are looking at it. God is perfect. Sometimes we are not.
Hi, Kiesha.
Hello.
I just want to address my own experience with your message and the way you present it as well. You know, when I first saw you on the internet, I thought, wow, you know, this is the message. And then I kind of went away, and then, you know, I heard all the controversies and stuff, and I go, okay, well, yeah, there's controversies, but the connection, I feel that you have a strong connection. And then, you know, again, questioned, you know, why it's always the same, you know. And then I, you know, just sitting back there, I go, okay, well, I tuned in to your message, and it's so true. You know, I wonder if we can bring other people into the truth by maybe clarifying how it is that you know these things, and you know, and where does this all come from? Because, you know, my own research, you know, supports this as well, especially with Drunvalo's work, Drunvalo Melchizedek, and
It's beautiful.
yes, and the heart, and that's really, you know, what I'm here in the UK to do. You know, I want to be at the sacred site when that happens, and you know, and
The first thing
I was at Tikal during the harmonic convergence in 1987. I feel somehow maybe that I pledged myself to the cause, and so you know, that's my purpose here now. And
The first thing I would like to say is anytime, I don't think I'm singled out here, anytime you put yourself on YouTube, there's going to be someone that disagrees with you, someone that will agree with you. I cannot say I want to make everyone happy, because if I did that, I would be wasting my time and my energy. If you listen to the message, I ask you to listen with your heart. I am not here to tell you I am absolutely right and I have the answer for you. I'm sharing what I have received myself. Listen to your own heart and make that decision yourself. I'm not here to tell you you have to listen to me. Second, if there's controversy, there will always be controversy. Anytime somebody's trying to do something positive in the world, there will be people out there trying to knock you down. I'm not going to take that on. Nor do I even give energy to the controversy that's out on the internet. That would be ridiculous of me. I have a purpose. I will follow that purpose. My purpose here is to get you to remember how lovely you are. Nothing's going to distract me from that.
Thank you, Kiesha, for showing us all how love looks personified. My question really is asking you a little bit about your vision for after the shift, what a typical day will look like.
I think we all get to envision our own heaven, you know, in our own wonderful experience. Mine would be that animals and humans interact with each other, that we have this open, loving relationship that I've actually seen happen. When you open your heart and actually speak to animals, I do not speak with words. You listen to their emotion and you give emotion back. This is how you talk to animals. Anybody with a pet or a beloved pet knows this. You can talk to animals through your emotions. And when you are living through your heart, and everyone's living through their heart, we can speak to each other all the time. I don't have to call you on a telephone to say, I love you. And we work with the soil, we work with plants and animals, and we respect the land, we respect our mother. So we are not only just popping a seed in the ground, hoping it grows, and that's what we maybe eat tonight. You do so with love and tenderness with that seed, and let the seed know you, and we speak to our trees and our animals, and everyone has enough. There's no hungry children, there's no abused woman, there's no sadness. I envision something beautiful. And I think we all should envision the most beautiful thing we possibly can. We are co-creators. Why don't we create something much more pretty than what we are looking at? Good.
Hello. I've noticed in a lot of the presentations there's been a big focus on dates and particular kind of prophecies coming through. I suppose the thing that I'm curious about is to do with things like the millennium bug and the rapture and these things that were, thought to perhaps happen and then didn't happen. What's your interpretation about 2012, December 21st, 2012? What
First, if you look at the word millennium and all of those kinds of things, those were taught by one thing and one thing only, religion. You have to X that out. To tell you the truth, we were not created from a grain of sand, and we were not created from a rib. It's not how it happened. So just toss that out a little bit. Set that down. So instead of thinking it in terms of Armageddon, then Christ comes and everything is fine again, let's look at the reality of what's happening on our planet. It is up to us. We have to change the way we are living, or we're going to destroy ourselves, plain and simple. Mother Earth is alive. She loves us. She wants us to grow. She wants us to learn, and it's up to us to do it. Second, I don't believe that any human being on this planet, and I will say this in front of everyone and anyone, has ever got the exact date of when this is going to happen. We have free will and choice. That means every action today will lead a different reaction of tomorrow. If we start to become the best people we can be today, tomorrow's going to look a whole lot better. And so, yes, if the calendar ends at 2012, if that is the day, on December 21st, 2012, we have this much to get everything right in. And whether it happens tomorrow, we don't know if it's going to happen tomorrow, 2012, 2013, 2035. We don't know. Not one person on this planet can be given that specific of an answer. And I can stand in this with all of my truth because I've been told this directly. We are human beings with free will and choice. Every action that we do through consciousness creates a different reaction for tomorrow. And so our job is to be the best people we can be and live from the heart the best we can be to create that shift in a much kinder way. If we go walking around with those shades on, those sunglasses on, we are going to get slammed really, really hard in order for us to take those off. Or we can simply take them off ourselves. It is our choice of how we act today for the outcome of tomorrow. And I would sure hope that we could start living from love so that tomorrow doesn't look like a disaster.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for being there. I really hear soul speaking. It's really big. Thank you.
Thank you.
I was wondering, if I feel the earth, I cannot feel any pain. I just believe that's all in right order. And we don't have to have fear or something. Am I wrong? I mean, we just can step beside and it's flowing and we can watch it, how it's getting health.
I would have to disagree. I believe that Mother Earth is suffering a great deal. I actually, whether you want to believe this or not, I feel when she goes through something, and those who know me well see I can't control it. She's suffering a very great deal, very, very much so. And yes, all things happen as they should, but because we have free will and choice, if you take something perfect and beautiful and beloved, really beloved, Mother Earth is the heart chakra of our entire universe, and all life that is out there, and there is a lot of it, revere Mother Earth as the sacred feminine. She is sacred to all life. And we, her own children, are destroying her. That is not okay. That is not okay. That is stepping away from having responsibility of how we have acted on this planet. We have a responsibility to love and to take care of our mother. It is never okay to throw garbage on our mother and say, that's just the way it is. Absolutely not.
Hi, Kiesha. Do you know how much you and your work are appreciated at large?
Can you repeat that?
Do you really realize how much you and your work are appreciated at large?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I have two things I want to say. And one of them is thank you. Thank you so much for the tremendous amount of courage it must take to speak so honestly and so vulnerably from your heart. And yeah, I can only say that it's a message that I've been hearing in my own heart for many years, but I have invalidated it because it's somehow not come up. I've just compared it with, you know, the concrete, scientific, intellectual, mental facts that, and then not trusting myself to speak. So, you know, in your speaking, I feel courage. I feel courage to speak myself. So thank you.
Good.
So much.
Good.
And the second thing is, as I hear you speak, you know, inside I'm just like, yes, yes, I know it's true, you know, be loved, be loved. And then I find I go into my everyday and something happens and I want to be right. And, or I want to blame somebody. And then I say, you know, and I know, okay, be loved, be loved. And also, like, even in some of the speaking here, you know, I can hear some people want to argue with the presenters, and we're all, you know, it's all part of me, you know. So, yeah, I'm struggling a bit with, is it about personal responsibility?
The first thing I want to tell you is take it easy on yourself. Take a deep breath, it's fine. Because we are here to be human beings. We are not here to be perfect. We're not. We came here to be human beings and to experience everything, everything. But we do have a responsibility to be the best person we can be. And so in those daily lives, I have one too, I have children, I do everything that you guys do. My vacuum breaks, I curse, you know, I have a life. But in those moments when I had somebody approach me off the street and was saying something very negative and just kind of really took me aback a little bit. In those moments, we must realize, I'm the great I am. I sent myself here, and everything that I'm experiencing, good or bad, is given to me by me, the one thing that loves me the very most, and the one thing that knows exactly what I need. Now, in that moment, if you can just remind yourself, in those moments, what's the best reaction I can have right now? In that moment, you are being loved. If you can literally ask yourself, what's the best way I can react right now? What's the best way I can be right now? You are striving to be love. Take it easy on yourself. But just remind yourself constantly throughout the day. And after a while, it just becomes almost automatic. What's the best reaction I could have right now? How can I be my best? But if you constantly remind yourself that it's you giving you this experience, and just like I am the great I am, so are you. So is your neighbor, so is the man that approaches you on the street. And his journey is given to him by him for exactly what he needs as well. So although it might look bad to you, or that he's making a wrong decision, or it's ugly, or it's negative, he is his own great I am as well, and he's going through exactly what he needs to right now. But how can you react the very best you can react? We are all equal. There is not one person here greater or less than another human being. We are all the great I ams. And just because some of us may be in kindergarten in our learning scales, and some may be in graduation school, one is not better than the other. We're all on different levels, and it's exactly what it's supposed to be. So be the best you can be in every moment, and give yourself a little bit of a break. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Hello, I just have two little questions. The first one is regarding about the frequency rising for us. What will happen to the people whose frequencies don't rise?
Okay, so I've had this question a lot. What if the frequency doesn't rise on our planet?
No, what will happen to the people whose frequencies can't rise?
Many people ask this question. It's a very good one because there's a lot of family members that aren't really trying to be better people or kind of lost out there, and we're very concerned about them. It takes a handful of people really living from their heart, because love energy is much more powerful than hate energy. It takes us to really start living from the heart to raise that frequency. When that frequency switches on our planet, it will be for everyone. It will be for everyone. If you are literally living in hate, then you cannot come up here. But I doubt your family or whoever we're worried about is living in real hate. If you are just being a human being, you will come up in that. You will experience a new consciousness on our planet. Just as every single one of us here, I believe, are living from love, and we are good people, we still live in a world of mind consciousness. Soon we will all be living in a love consciousness. Thank God. Okay. Is that good?
Great. This will be the last question.
Okay.
Hello, Kiesha.
Hello.
I have a question about our use of resources, especially our money resource, if the money system is going to collapse. Which is, how can we best use that? Have you a feeling of...
For all I can say is what I'm doing personally, because I have seen that the dollar is going to collapse, the universal money thing is going to collapse the way we know it. I also know that the UN, and this is real, the UN has already printed and made the global currency. It has already been made. It has been made. So this means something's happening. I've seen it with my own eyes. So something is going to shift, absolutely. But then as the world really goes into the big shift, I believe money's going to be useless, absolutely. But for me, I have a bunch of American dollars, just like you have a bunch of pounds, euros? What do you guys have, pounds? Live your life. Don't be afraid to live your life. Every day, do what you wish to do. Do what makes you happy. Buy what you want to buy. Enjoy yourself. Things are not important. I'm not saying go get things. Things are never important. But if you want to go see somewhere, go see it. If you want to make a beautiful garden, spend your money to make a beautiful garden. Live your life. Enjoy it. And when things happen, they will happen. But don't stop living your life. Enjoy life. We're here to enjoy. Thank you all so much for coming. I love you.